I'm back. Rodrance for the Black and White Network. Well, Bill Maher has done it again, folks. He is coming out and hammering leftist agendas. What the hell is going on with Bill Maher? I don't believe Bill Maher's gotten a red pill. And look, I know there's a faction of folks that are like, a lot of this is on Bill Maher, blah, blah, blah. Look, you got to have voices on the other side that are willing to come out and break the narratives to the other side to get them to go, take a step back, look at how they've been voting, look at what they've been voting for, whether it's, oh, we're going to vote for the party of CRT, are we going to stay handcuffed to the coronavirus, are a lot of the things that we believe in, if they're more centrist, and I will continue to say a lot of people are more in the middle than I think sometimes we care to recognize, especially when it comes to elections. You need people like Bill Maher on the other side preaching, okay? Plain and simple. And he's coming out and he's saying some things that make a lot of common sense. All right? And look, as conservatives, we're never getting through to those people. We have to understand that. That's like a leftist coming over or AOC coming to us and preaching to us about progressive left-wing radical politics and trying to convert us. That's not going to happen, okay? Well, it works the other way around, too. You need somebody that is a more centrist, classical liberal talking to other classical liberals. Look, the Democratic Party has left these people behind. They have. Good God, it used to be one or two hot issues that separated us. Now it's 12, 15, 20 issues. Bill Maher, I will never get a booster shot. Good God. That's right. Bill Maher is coming out saying he's not going to get a booster shot. Very interesting. Very interesting, because we know there's rumors of a fourth or fifth booster shot. And again, I don't care if you get the jab or not. I don't. It's none of my business. Plain and simple. But at least look at things with a critical view instead of just blindly, like sheep, parading up to do something. I mean, critical thinking is a thing, folks. Bill Maher isn't holding anything back when it comes to COVID. The Real Time with Bill Maher host said he isn't afraid to talk about the reality of the pandemic and said he'll never get a COVID booster shot. In an interview with Deadline, Maher said his show is meant to bring up topics and ideas that other people are ignoring and are too afraid to discuss. And he won't be changing that when it comes to COVID vaccines either. Quote, I mean, we're in a very different place with COVID than we were just when I was on the air the last time. And that is the vaccines. We don't know. Do not prevent you from either transmitting or getting the disease. That is a factual statement. We know that. That's a fact now. Okay, there you go. They just prevent you from dying, which is a great part of it. Let's not undercount that. But if they don't prevent you from transmitting it and they don't prevent you from getting it, why are we still treating this disease the way we always have? I've said from the beginning, they absolutely made a massive mistake in how they worded that shot. Should have never been called a vaccine. Some kind of a proactive treatment prior to getting it, something. Okay? But at the end of the day, there's a disease, and that medicine helps you not get worse in theory. Not my theory, but in theory. And what the F is the use of a booster shot? Because I will never get a booster shot. Maher said he won't be getting the booster shot not only because it's, quote, useless, but also because this is a very, very new vaccine. Okay, I didn't want the first vaccine. We should not treat people unfairly who want to allow their immune systems to take care of the situation. Quote, but okay, I took one for the team. Now they're giving a fourth one in Israel with booster shots? Maher said that as he read a front page story in the New York Times a publication he called, quote, very pro-vaccine, he said even they printed that many scientists in Israel were against this. Quote, some scientists warned that the fourth vaccination could backfire because too many shots might cause sort of an immune system fatigue, compromising the body's ability to fight the coronavirus. Wow. Maher isn't blindly following the advice of Dr. Anthony Fauci and other doctors amid the pandemic. When asked by Deadline if he agrees that many are simply exhausted by the pandemic with ever-changing standards from the government and scientists, like the changing regulations, requirements, and rules, like the recent move to the quarantine, now for just 5 days if you test positive for the virus, Maher made it clear Fauci and the CDC don't know a lot about anything. That's great. That's not a criticism of them like they're being corrupt, although there is certainly plenty of corruption in the medical establishment. But I've always maintained that the big overarching theme should be that people look back and say, oh, look how far we've come medically. Yes, that's true. We're not putting wooden teeth in our mouth like in the George Washington era. And of course, we have antibiotics and a lot of vaccines and a lot of other things that have been miraculous. But in general, we still don't know too much about how the human body works. So don't just sit there in your white coat and tell me, just do what we say. We have when have we ever been wrong? A lot is my answer. A lot, Maher said. They drilled mercury into my teeth when I was a child. Now, of course, we don't do that anymore. But do we really think in 50 years we will look back and say, oh, we had it all figured out in 2022? No, they will be appalled at the things we're doing right now. Not only did Maher tell Deadline, quote, he's over COVID heading into 2022, but he was, quote, never scared of the pandemic. I was never scared of it. I was always scared of the reaction to it. And we've seen a lot of that, haven't we? And as this has played out, that only proved to be more true to me. I'm sure many people feel different, but that's just me. It was never that much of a threat, I thought, to people who were in good health. And look, that is one of the things that we never talk about. Look, I've lost 2 people close to me to this Wuhan virus. I have. But they did have issues. Okay? They smoked or they vaped. They were overweight. All these sort of things that contribute to people losing their life from the Wuhan virus. In other words, Fauci never walked out and looked into the camera and said, look, if you're 25 pounds overweight, now is the time to go on a keto or low-carb diet. If you smoke, if you vape, especially vape, now is the time to quit vaping. Okay, this thing's been really hard on vapors, by the way. At least from what I can tell from people that I know have caught it in vape. It hit them really hard. Okay, but no, there was none of that. It felt more like political theater preaching an agenda. Okay? That's pretty scary. I mean, Fauci's photo hanging up in his office. Not even a photo. That some bitch had a portrait of himself painted. What does that tell you? This guy thinks he is a political leader, not a damn doctor. Plain and simple. Look, Bill Maher says a lot of wise things here. And most notably here, maybe some more liberals will look at what Bill Maher's got to say, take a step back, lean back and go, at some point I have to realize I'm no longer voting for the party with any common sense. Common sense has left the party. Wokeness has poisoned the party. The left was here. Boom, they went over here, and I'm still here. That's a thing. I'm just letting y'all know. Bill Maher's a powerful asset when it comes to election time. He is. I don't care how much he preached in the past. Maybe he has sat back and applied a little common sense to his day-to-day life as well. Peace. I'm out till next time.